We're getting some breaking news from Rajasthan. Farmer fury erupts in the state. Stir against ethanol plant turns violent. 14 vehicles torched by violent mob. So protests against ethanol factory turn violent in Rajasthan's Hanumangarh. We're showing you the visuals as well. The protesting farmers in Hanumangarh agitating against the establishment of an ethanol factory in the district have burnt several vehicles, including a JCB machine. We're showing you the visuals of the arson, the burning of vehicles. You can clearly see a JCB being burnt, and at least 14 vehicles were burnt and property were damaged during the march being carried out by hundreds of farmers in Rajasthan's Hanumangarh. So these are the visuals of the protest, the arson by the farmers in Rajasthan's Hanumangarh, where they were protesting against the construction of an ethanol plant, and 14 vehicles were set on fire, including a JCB. We're showing you those visuals on your screens right now. These are the visuals from Rajasthan's Hanumangarh, where this farmer fury had erupted, and this is a stir against ethanol plant that turned violent. At least 14 vehicles were burnt, and this happened yesterday. So Mahapanchayat ends in all-out mayhem in Hanumangarh in Rajasthan. These are the visuals coming in from Hanumangarh in Rajasthan. This protest had erupted yesterday. There was a clash between the farmers and the police, and 14 vehicles, including a JCB, were set on fire. So as you can see in the visuals on the left side, you can see the clashes between the protesters and the police forces. On the right, you can see the JCB being set on fire. My colleague Devankur is now joining us with more details on this. Devankur, help us understand what exactly led to this, to the clashes between the farmers and the police, and what exactly transpired.
Anjali, on Wednesday, the farmers had taken out a massive protest, and the Congress MLA Abhimanyu Punia was also a part of that protest in Rajasthan's Hanumangarh. In fact, the farmers had forewarned that they did not want an ethanol factory to be set up in Hanumangarh. Their contention being that it will contaminate the soil, and that will hamper the fields and the crops that they have over there, and that is why thousands of farmers had taken to the roads to protest against the setting up of the ethanol factory. And the police and the district administration in Hanumangarh, Anjali, was clearly ill-equipped and unprepared to handle this kind of protest, to handle thousands of farmers taking to the streets in protest against the setting up of the factory. And there were direct confrontation between the police and the farmers in the face-to-face clash, and more than a dozen vehicles were set afire. In fact, at least 5 police personnel were also injured in these clashes, which happened in Hanumangarh on Wednesday. The police district superintendent of police, in fact, maintained that at least 7 people have been detained in these clashes that happened on Wednesday in Hanumangarh, and searches are going on for finding out more people who were allegedly responsible for the chaos and the ruckus that happened in Hanumangarh. But clearly, the kind of protest that erupted clearly showed that the farmers were unhappy with the setting up or the plan to set up of an ethanol factory. And not just from Hanumangarh, the farmers from district adjoining Hanumangarh, and in fact from Punjab, which is a bordering state of Hanumangarh, had also arrived in Hanumangarh as per information to take part in these protests. The farmers were clearly agitated, not happy with the idea of setting up of an ethanol factory, which they claimed could contaminate and corrupt the soil and the fields and the lands that are out there, which clearly is one of the main agricultural source of income for the farmers of Hanumangarh. Anjali?
Right. Devankur, how many people were injured? We're also learning that a Congress MLA who was supporting the farmers was also injured in these clashes.
Well, Anjali, as I mentioned to you earlier, Abhimanyu Punia, the Congress MLA who was taking part in the protest, also got injured. In fact, as per information, at least a dozen people got injured in these protests, including at least 5 police personnel.
All right, Devankur, thank you for getting us all those details on the clashes that erupted in Rajasthan's Hanumangarh on Wednesday, in which 14 vehicles, including a JCB vehicle, was also set on fire. The farmers were protesting against the construction of an ethanol plant.